In this video, I'm going to give you a quick introduction to what you see as an investor when you first come into Deal Pipeline, an investor or a partner, and when you first come into Deal Pipeline, the things you need to know and the things in front of you. Now, when you first come into Deal Pipeline, you'll be taken to the deals screen, which is the screen you're seeing in front of you here. And the deals screen has a list of all the deals that you would be considering as a fund. Now, as you look at the deals, you'll see their name and their current status and their current stage. There are a series of stages that a deal goes through. The first one is pre-non-disclosure agreement or pre-NDA, where you ask a bunch of questions that you could ask before a non-disclosure agreement gets signed. And these are sort of things you see here, right? What's your name? What type of deal are you? How much money do you want? What sort of time frame and returns are you looking at? These are all the sort of pre-NDA questions you can ask. And so you're seeing a list of deals here and essentially a summary. Now on the screen, the other things that you're seeing over here is your profile. So your user profile. If you click here, you can see here's all about me as a user. And if I'm an investor user, you can see my specific investor attributes, like my areas of expertise and the investment spaces I judge deals in and make investments in, and sort of industry expertise I have. So it's all provided for you here under my investor, so user information. You can also have a tab here for fund information. So this is all the information about our fund. And if you click here, you get an idea of who our fund is, the sort of size of the fund and the sort of investments we like to make. All that sort of stuff is here in fund info. That's all been filled in, or it can be updated if you're a partner based on the fund. The next area you see here is what default AI engine will be used to answer questions that pertain to the AI. Now, as you click back over here and you look at your deals and have your deal list again, if we were to go into a deal, so here's your list, let's have a little look at a deal. If we go into a deal and we have a look, here's where I am with scoring a deal. So I can, at this stage, you can see this is still, in this particular deal, still pre-NDA. I haven't made my recommendation to pass or fail yet, but you can see all of the summary here of where we are with this particular deal. You can get a deal summary by clicking here on this deal and tell me all about this particular deal for your summary information. You can get a look at what data has been uploaded in the data room for this particular deal here. All the sort of things that you need as you navigate around looking at the deal. You can also access the AI chat engine. This is one of the great features of our product, of Deal Pipeline. What happens when you click on the AI chat is all of the context, all of the questions, all of the answers that were given, and all of the data, and does searches around the industry and the areas of expertise. All the information gets loaded into the AI engine. And then the AI engine has a bunch of preloaded questions here that you can ask it. And you can just click on one of those questions and you can ask the AI engine, take all that information, all those questions, all of that context, and answer this question for me. And the preloaded question here is, this could be any question that you would pose to an AI engine. And based on all of that context, the AI engine will go away. And it's this AI engine, the one that you have selected as your default. And as you can see, I can choose between whichever one I want, but whichever AI engine takes all of that information and attempts to answer that question, in this case, do a SWOT analysis for this deal, because it has all the information for this deal. And you can see the AI engine has come back to me with the answer to that question. You can see I've asked it for a SWOT analysis and says, here's what it thinks are the strengths, here's what it thinks are the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. So, this is an extremely powerful feature, because this is what makes the AI actually really powerful, is that you give it all the context for the deal out of the gate. So it's not like when you first start out with something like ChatGPT, where you first have to give it some context a bit, and the more you give it, the better it does. We start out giving it everything, all the context it needs to make intelligent decisions, intelligent recommendations. That's one of the great features of this product. So let's going back to our deals again. Here they are. One of the other tabs we have over for you here is our referral network. This is when our way of you can have another fund or a friend or an investor at a fund send a deal to you, or you can send a deal to them. That's all done via the referral network. And you have a small referral network of people that you tend to work with and who tend to be friends, and you refer deals amongst yourselves. we have the referral network to do that. This is not a social network like LinkedIn where everybody can see everybody else's connection. None of that. The only way you get into my referral network is you send me a deal or I send you a deal. So it's a very closed knit community of just the people I like working with. It's not defined by taking a deal and blasting it out to hundreds of people. It's a very small network with only a small exchanges of information, me to you, you to me, but the information we exchange is extremely valuable. It's investment opportunities. So it's a completely different sort of social network. It's a small network. You're not defined by how many connections you have. You're defined by the quality of information you exchange with a very few connections. Another very powerful feature of our product. So there's our screens. It gives you an idea of how you get started in Dealpipeline. And you can see what each of these tabs here mean.